set up and just getting it up. It's not your day. Hey, Mother Angel. Do people not know that, like, radios, I mean, like, radio doesn't really exist anymore? Or I feel like I got some old ass crunchy bitches listening to my channel, for real. Like, that type of shit just don't even exist anymore. I don't know one person who actually listens to the radio anymore. Like, just straight the radio, right? Because everyone's got Bluetooth and everything. They listen to Spotify or whatever else is out there, Pandora and shit. I don't know. If you have, like, you know, if you get your rocks off by listening to the radio, you're old as fuck. Just want to let you know that. You're old and crusty. That's not even on my itinerary type shit. Like, I'm one of them old school ass niggas, right? I listen to some old school ass music, but I'm not going to way down the radio for that shit. And I ain't listening to no 94 rock type shit. Tea and crumpets with Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, that bitch is dying. She's sick right now. They're gonna try to do like fucking extensive stem cells or some shit on her bitch ass. That bitch is dying. Or she got sick or something. Like, just let the bitch die. Damn. Let the hoe die. She too old for this world. Yeah, they say she's 734 years old. Let the bitch die. Happy early birthday. I want to do it like this. I don't know what Mother Angel said. Notice anything different? I can see. I can see. You don't see me struggling. Give me a good song. Thank you for what you did to me. Thank you for what you did to me. And there's some dumbass songs. This list. Oh wait, this one. They won't let me play nothing. That's good. I like that. I like this song. Ooh, it's cold out. Holy shit. We hitting winter, y'all. Now I get to do my new clothes tonight. Or tonight. Later this season. Jesus. Tonight. It's not that cold yet, but it is chilling. I'm ready for Florida weather. Visiting down there in October. Fall is falling quick. Thank the fuck. We just gotta get rid of some of these people, y'all. We gotta get rid of some of these people out here. Like, it's called wiping the slate clean, right? Because nobody believes that COVID is gonna have its little reign back. It's not about the monkeypox. It's about the COVID. COVID during this season is gonna kill some people. It's gonna do the it's gonna look like strep throat and shit. Like people are gonna be like, oh, dead, dead. Everyone's dead. I can't wait. Ignorance is bliss. I'll tell you that much. Sadistic as it is, gotta get rid of some of these rednecks out of here. We have to hang out for our birthday, for real. Fall and winter is my favorite season. Like the first round of COVID. I mean, no, COVID's just hitting. That's why they're letting out a secret, like, vaccine during the season. We just gotta erase some of the, like, people that are voting for the wrong people politically, so that we can get some money up in this bitch. Because what they did to small business owners is disgusting. Like, I don't care if it kills Biden or Trump. Like, at this point in time, like, it better kill the next 3 presidents that try to fuck with small business owners. Just wipe out that whole entire little gang of people. I don't give a fuck. Kill them all. But just the next person who loves small businesses and small business owners and doesn't tax us to death. Because Trump's the one who put that in place so that small people who have like a tiny bit of money, right? So all you poor people, you good, right? I say you poor people. All you poor people, oh, y'all are good with whatever money he's giving you, but we don't get shit. Like us with the businesses, we don't get shit. So he's leaving out a whole entire piece so that he can have his field, he can have his cake and eat it too, and then he gives all the poor people money, and then the poor people just fucking splurge on that shit, and they don't get that money back. So good luck. Trump gave you money, but he gave you fucking dirty money, bitch. He gave you money from us, the people who have our business, who set our businesses in place, who are barely scraping it by. So good on you. He didn't, Miss Sharita. I don't know what fucking planet you're living on, but it's not this planet. He didn't. You must have not been you don't have a small business then, because he literally just fucking tanked everything. Biden taking the money though. No, he's just not putting anything back in place. That's what's happening. He's not fixing anything Trump that fucked up or fucked over. So what's happening with small businesses right now is it's still tanking. It's continuing on from Trump's reign there. So if you really want to look it up, look it up. I'm just saying he outfitted all the money that he was putting into his own pocket into poor people's place, because he knows that poor people can't spend worth of shit. Like, imagine getting $3,000 in the mail and you just scraping by broke as a crackhead, right? Every crackhead had $3,000 in their pocket. That shit disappeared the same day. What do you mean? It disappeared the whole entire same day. You didn't see them getting housing with that shit. You didn't see them opening their own business. You saw them fucking buying crack and then getting laid the fuck out on the street. Who the fuck was that for? Because it definitely wasn't for me. People with small businesses got fucked up the ass. So like, you know, say you were just starting your business out, you definitely got screwed up. Like if you had just made your investment in the time that Trump put that shit in place, you completely, like, you're leveled. You're screwed. You're fucked. That's why Trump was so bad for certain people. It's not that I have money. I don't have money either, right? But I could have money if Trump wasn't throwing shit out there like that, making people pay like $6,000 to own a small business each entire, like, annually and shit. Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. But there was what businesses? What businesses though? What businesses are you talking? Are you talking about Walmart? Are you talking about Tops? What businesses though? I'm confused at what businesses you're talking about. Because what is $3,000 going to do for a business that is already made? It's not going to be there for the workers. The workers aren't getting like nothing. Like, okay, so the other poor people, right? The college students and the people who can't get a higher job or a higher education, they go out there and spend their money on what? Because they definitely didn't start opening a new business. They definitely didn't start opening a new business. Where's the new businesses though? Where's the businesses that you're talking about? I'm confused. Where are they at? Like Walmart? Walmart people were already getting paid like fucking $16 an hour to stand there. Retards were getting paid $16 an hour to stand at the fucking door and wave. Like, to me, that's not a business that is necessarily poor or broke. You know, like those are those are corporate businesses. What about the people that are out here dying of heat stroke? Because what about the Amazon drivers out here dying of heat stroke? Why didn't Trump do anything for the Amazon workers and the workers that had to deliver packages through COVID? What happened to that? Like, okay, sure, so some of them had to get laid off, but when people want real jobs and want to take care of their real family, like not with government assistance, because government assistance destroys families. Great, your best friend used her money from grants. Your one best friend, right? But in reality, barely anybody else did that. Nobody did that. I even did a loan, and I did a loan, right? And I opened my business. I did everything like that. You know, I set everything up. You know, I had a plan for it. Trump completely fucked it. He completely just washed it away the next month. I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. Like, I'm just saying, if there was like moment where if there was a moment where I had a clear shot, I'm just saying. If there was a moment where I had a clear shot in that moment, I would have risked my life. I'm just saying. For small business owners. Like, people are trying to make a come up here. Realistically, giving poor people money is not going to do anything for our economy, because it just goes right the fuck back into what they were fucking doing before. It's not taking care of their kids. Yes, some mothers out there take care of their kids with their money. Some mothers. But what is 3,000 fucking measly dollars going to do for somebody? Like, Biden is worse. Well, Biden's not doing anything. Both of those people are worse. I don't know. Why are you comparing two evils? There's no lesser of evils. It's just two evils. Like, that's just it. Both of them are bad. Why do you compare two people who both don't do shit? They never did shit for us. So why would you care about either of them at the same time? It's like, okay, Biden's worse. You know, Biden's dead. Okay, And Trump is right now getting piped by the FBI. So, and realistically, can you trust those two people on any account or any front? I'm just saying, one's getting piped up the ass by the FBI, literally railed. The other one was over here literally dead on the stand and shit. Not even able to fucking put together words and shit. So I'm just saying, can you trust two mentally skewed people? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like both of them, first of all, no Democrat ever wanted, okay, so maybe Democrats were like, okay, we got to win it over, whatever, like throw that shit out there, or whatever. But I personally didn't want Biden to win. I personally did not want Biden to win. Okay? I didn't vote for Biden. Okay? I didn't want a dead man up on the stand. First of all, if y'all saw what he voted, like when he was trying to become president all them years ago, if you saw what he voted for segregation. He doesn't like black people. He doesn't like people of color. He doesn't like black people. Like, okay, so nobody, no racist in the world of racists have ever, at that age, have ever changed their mind about being racist. Okay? To be fair, no, that's never happened. Okay, he's like fucking 400 years old. No 400-year-old man has ever turned their back on racism. So that nigga back in the day, he said, yeah, we love segregation. Yeah, Negroes, put them on the bus type shit. You put them in the back of the bus. Do this, do that. Like, this nigga was all up in there. You know, he was trying to get his fill in too. He was like, yeah, just keep the water fountains like at least 5 feet apart and shit. We don't need schools integrated. You know, we don't need black people getting smart up in this bitch. We don't need black people going to white schools. We don't need that. You know, he said that. So, and then his son died. And then his other wife and son soon followed. So, to me, it sounds like karma. I don't know. How would you feel if your family couldn't get a come up when they was getting murdered and slammed into jail cells and shit, raped up the ass? Well, I mean, the karma came back. Son had brain cancer, and then da 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 da. So that's what it is. That's what it is. Politics make me wild. They make me crazy because to me, what's happening in our country right now is it should matter to people. Why doesn't it matter to you? I'm not saying you gotta vote, but why aren't we up in the voting booths fucking striking them bitches? You understand what we used to do, right? Like the Black Panthers and shit, how they used to carry around weapons and go to the voting polls and fucking gun them up, shoot them ups. Why are we afraid to do that type of shit now? Like when all of y'all own guns and shit. Why is that a fear? It's like, okay, so, oh, we're going to get reprimanded. Only so many of us can they reprimand. They can't reprimand like the 80% of the United States. They can become militant very quickly. But Biden won't know what the fuck. Biden will die for any of that shit. Biden, that nigga is going to die. Don't even matter. He's already dead, y'all. He's already dead. I'd rather have Trump to give out free money. Well, bitch, too bad, so sad. Now you got a big scab, bitch. It doesn't fucking matter which one is in. He's not gonna just lend out. Did you see him putting forward money all the fucking time? No, because he can't do that. Why? The reason why he's not being invited back into the presidency is because he didn't want a democracy. He wanted to be king of the world type shit. Realistically, does that work out for all of his subjects? No. The poor people, y'all, you get fucked up the ass. So no free money for you at the end of the day. You might have had that little $6,000, but is that going to get you through life? Can you capitalize off of that $6,000? Because most crackheads like you didn't do that. So I'm just saying, most crackheads, potheads, most poor people don't invest money. So weighing out the odds. I'm just saying, most of y'all don't invest, so otherwise you would have some money in your pocket. I mean, funny as he was, I don't find like somebody taking over the world quite, not even the world, just this country, that funny, you know? Because I find my family more important than some fucking green slob up on the fucking, like both of them, Biden and fucking Trump. Don't like them, hate them. Look, in this country, when it comes to our community, they will only do so much for us. Yeah, well, that's the thing. To me, it's what we don't do. You understand? It's like, it's not even just about the ones on top. It's what we don't do. It's what we on the bottom do not do. What we used to do, right, is we used to actually fight for what we want, not through voting, because voting clearly can be manipulated by the government, but by actually genuinely fighting for it. You know, like what happened to going to the fucking toll booths there and fucking striking up a match and shit? Like, what happened to that type of, I don't know, like that thrill and that ambition to change the world? What happened to that? Like, we can't expect politicians to care about us because they up there fucking little girls and, you know, get laundering money to the evangelical churches and shit. What happened to like the actual, don't get flagged for telling you, I get flagged every single, it doesn't even matter. I get flagged every single live. It doesn't matter. They will give us the minimum, right? Because the people on the bottom, they never gave a fuck at the end of the day. Trump believes the same exact thing. Biden believes the same exact thing. Biden is just a, you know, he's a puppet at this point. Trump was not puppet enough, so they had to remove him and then put him back in jail so that he couldn't get reelected, because he would have been reelected if he wasn't right now currently under a federal investigation. So clearly it's like, do we get a choice in this? Absolutely not. Anyone who goes up there that's worth a shit, we don't get a choice. Okay. Biden's scared to walk away. Yeah. So it's true. I mean, Trump at the same time, that nigga, when he was in the presidency, he had hundreds of fucking dudes surrounding him at a time, like circles and circles of dudes. I mean, Jesus. Both of those presidents are like, they piss a lot of people off. Biden's dead, like I said. That nigga got like, you know what I imagine? He reminds me of like Beetlejuice or some shit. I mean, there's just something about him where like, I'm just like, he's dead. Like this nigga, this is a whole, you know how they've been doing VR and shit recently? I just think it's some dude with VR. Because the way he talk, you're like, do you also maybe have brain cancer or something's just not working, connecting up there, buddy? Because yeah, there's some clips that I've seen of Biden too, where he called a nigga fat and shit, where he's like, nigga, you're just a fat piece of shit or some shit. And he's like, I love kids jumping on my lap and shit. Like, that nigga is wild, is scary. Take him off the map. Take both of those niggas off the map. Take them all off, just off the map. Everybody that's up there needs to be removed. He said the best thing you could do to hurricane is get vaccinated. Because this nigga's trying to kill people, bro. He's already dead. To me, I'm like, at this point, if we can just remove like a good portion of the population, most of it being politics, we'll be fine. Okay, like we just take out the Board of Education. We take out, especially the Board of Education. We'll take out, you know, a couple of different folks. We'll take out a couple of them, okay? Like, can we just take out that whole entire, and hey, we don't gotta worry about it. At the end of the day, the COVID took them out. But all of them got like all of them have like the real vaccine. I don't know what's going out to the rest of the people. We don't know what's going out to the rest of the people. Obviously, they're trying to kill more people off so that they can have more space in order to look legit when they're faking all of the voting shit. But to be honest with you, I'm like, I'm gonna get the vaccine because I feel like it's editorial. Like I feel like it's supposed to. It's almost like, so y'all know it would be way too easy for someone to just get the vaccine and it be like bad for you. Way too easy. So I think the key is to get the vaccine, and then once you get the vaccine, you'll be one of the last survivors type shit. You know, like I kind of think of it as like they want people to believe that the vaccine is negative and horrible because they don't really care about, you realize they don't care about what anybody's saying about whether they should take the vaccine or not. Like at this point in time, they're like, we don't care if you do or you don't. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'll be a test. You say, I'm a nurse. I've seen lots of vaccine injuries. I've never gotten one. I've gotten a vaccine, but I've never gotten like, I've had my flu shot. I had to have my flu shot when I was younger because I would get so violently ill from the flu. And so up until now, I've never really had to get a vaccine because of I had all those flu shots, and I was just like, I was good. I never got sick for a little period of time. But when COVID came around, I did start kind of getting sick because I went on a cruise right before COVID. It was like right before it hit. It was in 2019, at the very tail end of 2019. And there was something going around. And I ended up catching it, and it lasted for like 3 weeks roughly, where I was like, I lost weight. It was like super horrible. And I didn't know what it was, and nor did the dude that I went to. His name was like Dr. fucking Hoffman or some shit. I was like, nigga, what is your name? But I went to him, and I had almost died, essentially, because of whatever this was. And he said it was A and B flu, but he also said, I don't know, unknown. On the paper, it said unknown flu virus. I was like, what? I was like, what? Did I just almost get like, I thought I got like Zika virus or some shit where I was going to start shitting out my intestines and my guts and shit, but I almost died. So I had to go, I went to the hospital. Hospital didn't prescribe me anything worth of shit other than penicillin, which didn't do shit. And then I went to the doctors again. And when I went to the doctors again, it was like, okay, smooth riding, whatever. And then I ended up, when the vaccine did roll around, I got the Moderna, which I think is the one shot. And that to me, I like fell asleep while sitting up. And that was like that was the most my body reacted to it. And when I did that, it was just, it was what it was. Afterwards, I felt like, I don't know, not any different. So I was just like, okay, it is what it is. You know, at the same time, whatever they're pumping in, I just don't care. You know, to me, I'm like, if anything, just take my brain, or take my eyes and take my brain, so I don't have to see what's going on in this country. If anything, you could just like take everything, and then I'll be okay. At the end of the day, I'll have a reason. Johnson. Oh, okay. The Johnson & Johnson. My bad. Yeah, it was the Johnson & Johnson. They were saying the Johnson & Johnson was killing people, and I was like, I was like, that is. I'm like, damn. But it was mostly killing women. I think it was mostly killing women. I think it was giving women like blood clots. I was like, oh. I'm like, okay. I mean, it is what it is. But honestly, no one's had, like, you realize the flu vaccine was a choice to get every single year. Nobody really had to get it. So I think it's the same. I'm going to be honest with you when I say it's probably the same vaccine. It's probably the same flu virus vaccine. Like, I'm not even lying to you. It's probably the same thing. Because I would get the same reaction from flu virus vaccines. I don't think it's any different. The flu vaccine is out 30 years. That's what I think they're giving us. I don't think they're necessarily giving us the actual, fight or flight response for COVID and shit. Because how are people getting the vaccine and then getting the COVID like 4 times? I know it keeps like moving and evolving and everything like that, but 4 times, like 4 times COVID, 11 times COVID. being tested positive and then negative and then positive and then negative. Can't even get the ingredients of the vaccine. Of course not. Johnson & Johnson has always been a terrible company, even their baby products. Yeah. How someone get COVID, HIV. The HIV is a mystery to me. A doctor doesn't even know. Of course they don't. They've never known that. But y'all, I hope you know, like, this is how doctoring works, right? And I don't want this to make you distrust doctors, but being a doctor is also like, people are like, oh, pseudoscience. But everything is pseudoscience. We don't know anything. It could all change before our eyes, and the doctors still want to understand shit. We understand the baseline, that like the base of our DNA, which changes every day, by the way. So regardless of what we do, when the new generation is coming around, new babies are coming out and all this type of shit, it's a whole entire new environment. Doctors don't know shit. They're sitting there dumbfounded when a kid comes in with like a broken bone and shit. Not playing with you. Do the fucking studies, because even that shit is a pseudoscience. It's fake science, bro. Like, they could look at measurements and be like, oh yeah, I love it. You know, this is how much drugs you take. But that's all they know. They're like, this is how much drugs you take for your body weight. Like, that's all they know. They say, we can inject you with this and then quiet the pain, and then you lay there in the bed and we'll think about how we treat you and shit like that. We'll put you through horrible radiation and never find the cure to cancer. But at the end of the day, it's like you die anyway. So is it really worth doing the radiation? I mean, or your guts are falling out because you caught the Zika virus. We don't really have anything to give you. But at the same time, it's like we can lessen the pain by like shooting you up with opiates. And then whatever comes out, and we can replace like a couple of your, you know, innards, and it is what it is at the end of the day. You're like, you won't have a functioning whole lower half of your body, but oh no, it's okay. We'll save you. We'll save you. We'll save you. Every fucking disease mutated from a fucking monkey in a lab. Yeah, they put the shit in the water. They used to just put it in the water where black people live. I mean, that was a proven fact, by the way. Back in the day, that was a proven fact. Even around in this particular area, it's documented that there was shit being put and filtered out through the water, or into the water. And they claim they stopped doing it, right? It was during the Vietnam War era. But I was trying to change the music, but it is what it is. Everything's created, bro. Everything's created. That's never going to be controlled. Like, that's never going to be, because regardless of what country makes it or who shoves it up whose fucking nostrils, or it just doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, they're still going to want to do some sort of a population control, but it has nothing to do with us, and more or less to do with like what they view the balance as, and the new world order as. They don't really have any idea what they're doing either. They can't. It's like you can't predict the outcome of that in particular. You know, like an experiment is an experiment for a reason, because you don't know the outcome. And so that's why they're doing experiments, is because they want to know the outcome. If they do a large world scale just murder, then that's it. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Oh yeah, I would never drink. Don't drink city water. That shit will kill you. Even if you like, don't even drink the water bottles that you get from the street vendor. You'll get shits. You'll get bad shits. Like, that shit will eat your guts up. It's just like, it's like water in Mexico type shit. It's bad. It's super dirty. Like, doesn't matter how many treatment plants that shit goes through, that tap water is poison. Anything that they sell in the city too and say it's spring water, it's not spring water. It's not spring water. It's not spring water. Pissy staircases. See, they even talk about how dirty the city is. They say Be on those pissy staircases. Pissy hallway. Jesus. This country gives me heartburn. But, I mean, to be honest with you, y'all, we're not the worst off. I don't think you can filter the water from your tap unless you have well water. Because well water, you're able to successfully measure it on a, because it's a smaller scale. It's something that only you're getting. And so you can measure it. You can get all the, whatever, and then measure it. And then actually see if something's happening, essentially. But if you're doing it on like a city scale, I really don't think you could get a purifier and have it actually work out for you. You can boil your water, which boiling does get rid of a lot of the germs and the bacteria. But at the same time, that's like a last resort. That's when the world is like falling apart and nobody has water type thing. That's not something they want you to do on a daily basis because it's just not good to consume, period. Because there's only so many of the bacteria that you can kill. So, I mean, there's a lot of minerals in well water, but it's sometimes a lot of lead depending on where you're from. But we have well water, and actually, it smells like sulfur, but if you put a purifier on, it's fine. You just take like one of the little sticks and you test it, and it's fine. Mike Pence will become. Oh hell no, he is the answer. He does look, bro. That's gonna be the worst of the worst of the worst because he hates everybody. He hates women. He hates people who aren't religious. He hates gays. He hates black people. He hates everybody. So if you really want to say, like, maybe the other people just hate poor people. Biden and Trump hate poor people, and black people, but I'm telling you, that's in everyone's scale. It doesn't matter. Mike Pence will wipe you off the face of the planet if you're not a Christian. He hates himself right because he's gay. But it is what it is. You win some, you lose some, right? He's the Antichrist. I literally know he's gay. I can tell by looking at him. Too fruity. Certified 888 prophet. Hey. Ooh. Mike Pence gives me chest palpitations. I'm not smoking tonight, as y'all can see, because that vape is just no bueno. I thought I could lessen it for a little bit more, but it just doesn't, like... I think somebody told me I inhaled too deep, but I don't think so. Because how can I inhale a cigarette deep as fuck and I can't inhale the vape like that? It's like, that's not satisfying to me. Do I just put it and swish it around my fucking mouth? Like, what am I supposed to do then? That makes no fucking sense. Like, why the fuck? Like, that made no sense. Like, you're supposed to be able to smoke it, aka put it in your lungs. That's what smoking is, not like a baby bitch swish it around your mouth. I don't think that the next president we get either is going to be a good one, to be fair. Y'all, when you look at Queen Elizabeth, what do you truly think about Queen Elizabeth? She's a figurehead. She's a stand-in for the rest of the government. She's a face that people can equate to and like and love, even though she's old as dirt. That's what happens with us too. We're not in a democracy, baby. We're in a monarchy. And we can only hide under the guise of a democratic government for so long, right? We're in like little tiny city-states like we used to be back in the day and shit. Tiny city-states where they're ruled by like kings who can have like different... They can almost put different taxes on each and every state, right? That's what they used to do in the fucking medieval era. They did that. So I think we need some updating, But truly, nothing's gonna change for a second. What we will get rid of is the gun thing. The gun thing, I think, will change. But they're gonna continue killing people, essentially. Let's see what else. Yep, stuck in your ways, no change. They're saying it's not really gonna change very much. within these next 4 years, but oh man. Yeah, okay, you're talking about it being unfair. It is what it is at the end of the day. They said there's no answer. Let's see. This election is stolen. That's what I heard. Stolen election. I would say it's going to change within 10 years. 10 years. 10 years. Jesus, 10 years. What's going to happen in 10 years? Atonement. Oh, planetary travel. Oh shit, planetary travel. We might go to other planets. 10 years. Not that hard to believe. They're already trying to live on Mars and shit. 10 years, what's gonna happen? Returning what? Returning karma to some government officials. That's what it looks like. The old way versus the new way. Yeah, people are gonna be called out. It looks like. Yup, caught looking weird. Yup, they're gonna be called the fuck out. We're gonna have a young president in 10 years. That's what they said. Young ass president. Young as fuck. Young and sprung. That's what they're saying. A young president. The one that's probably gonna get assassinated, right? Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have a young ass president. They said a water sign. Someone who morally cares. Yeah, someone who's, I heard, morally woke. And I also heard like a movie star. Of course, we need more fucking actors up there, right? Can I send super chat or send Cashapp for a reading? Sure. They say it's going to our president in 10 years is going to be a young person. Young, very young. Let me catch my stream up. Before sending anything, please read the description. What did I even put in the description? Hold on. Ooh, I can insert what? I can insert ads and shit. Y'all motherfuckers fuck no that. I just figured that shit out. I'm gonna put y'all through like 10 ads and shit. Hold on. Where's my? I can't find my shit. Hold on. Scroll out. Okay. Read the description. Yo, fuck no, that I can do the fucking little advertisement. Why does it keep fucking up my chat on here? Unable to connect to chat. I'll have to use my phone. Read the description. Eva, hi. Let's get some good music on. God damn, it's cold now. I probably shouldn't have my air conditioner on. Shit, it's cold. It's got me crumpling up and shit. Someone's banging shit around up there. Okay, baby, I don't want to play. Alright, let me see. Who is first? I don't know what's wrong with this fucking chat, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't believe in eye twitches and whatever the fuck that is. Ask someone that does believe in it, maybe. I don't believe in it. What the the live stream is so crazy. What's the word? Just get me or something in the middle, man. Open a bitch, you should put a bitch and feeling like a sinner, man. Hello, whatever your name was. Hold on. What was your name? Kiyomi. Oh, Kiyomi, you been in here. Bad luck, your finger put across over your eye, it will stop. Okay. Cashapp or SUPERCHAT. Either is fine. Cashapp, SUPERCHAT, PayPal, it's all in the description. Yeah, it's all in the description. That's all I gotta say. I mean, the SUPERCHAT is fine as well because certain people live in certain countries that don't have PayPal or Cashapp, so... Mother Angel, I haven't read you in a minute, so I'm gonna go for you first. You said dream meaning and oh my god, dream meaning. All right, you said dream meaning and So for 1414, so please have specific questions for that. I can do the dream meeting and then 2 other questions. You have 2 other questions? Yeah, I did. I'm doing Mother Angel first though because I haven't read her in a minute. I try to keep it fair with who I read. I don't really care about first come, first serve, to be fair. Mother Angela, start your dream meaning. And then with the other two questions, if you can ask those. What's the outlook for the business? Is moving gonna happen? So got you. Alright, cool. And then someone said, is my ex, could you please be patient? Pretty fucking please with shit on top, be patient. Alright, let's see. You're dreaming. So they're calling into question your, I heard your loyalty and your royalty. They're calling into question your power. That's what it said. That's why it was so goofy and so funny, because I feel like you make fun of yourself a lot, or it's more or less like, you know, you might think of yourself maybe as a little bit of a joke, to be honest with you. Or it's like you think of your powers as a joke. They say that having power is addictive, or having control is addictive, and you need to learn how to harness that and use it and respect it, and mostly well. Yeah, they're saying respect it, respect the grind. They're also talking about dark magic here and evil. How you have protection from dark magic and evil as long as you stay within your power. Yeah, they're talking about craziness, like crazies around you. I mean, you already know what's going on in that particular way, but what they are saying, to be honest with you, is like, take yourself more seriously, embrace the fact that you have power. You know, the more that you acknowledge that these people around you don't really have power, the better. It's not really cockiness, it's just that you know that these people are weak. You know that they are cowards, and so there's no sense in getting angry. They say act like you're royal. You know, you don't even got a bat an eyelash at these bitches because you know they're nothing type shit. So that's it. On that. Yeah, they say just act like don't act like it don't even exist, right? If anything, take yourself seriously, don't take these people seriously. That's what they're saying. Outlook for business. Current outlook for business. They say current outlook for business. Business seems slow right now. I feel like it's because the seasons are changing. There needs to be I heard a call to action or a change within your business or whatever your business aims to do. It's going to be really slow, okay? But just know it does pick up kind of near I would say, the end of the year, more or less. Like they're talking about by the end of the year, you're going to have a really good handle on how this business really works, and how you should move forward. They did say something about people keeping watch. I heard watchdogs. Someone about an angel or something keeping watch over you when you're doing your business as well. They're talking about the ability to okay, so this is confirmation that people do watch you when you're doing your work, or that they protect you when you're doing work. They are talking about how it's going to be a lot more complicated than just like sales and selling shit or just putting shit out there. You're going to have to actually like go through the plot of thinking of like particular ideas. I feel like it's seasonal. I feel like it has a lot to do with like, you know, what people want to see during that season and the colors that, I mean, really they're talking about a lot about colors too. So they're talking about being able to match up the colors with what people want for that season. And they're also talking about, now they're talking about the move here, but let's see what else. Anything else when it comes to business? They say you got to put your whole all into it. So, like, no slacking, no lacking. Just put your all into it. Don't give up on it. Yeah, and don't question it. It's like you question it far too much, and that doesn't give you like the boost that you need in order to keep going on it. I think you lose, or maybe you kind of just lack the emotional attachment to what you're doing. And so they said don't give up on it and keep pushing, because you'll get returns eventually. It's just that you need to have the consistency, and once you mark the consistency, that kind of shows that you're good for it, right? You're good for the money, you're good for this time that you're taking to do this. It just takes a lot of dedication, and they say that it's possible that you can make mistakes or trip up, and that kind of gets you, like, that kind of makes you rear back and kind of makes you scared a little bit. But they're saying like it's okay to make mistakes. It's completely fine. It's completely fine. So that's what they're saying about business. Then the last thing you said, the move. They said it's a sink or swim situation. They say you're going to stay in this location for a little bit longer. Yeah, so they are saying that you're going to stay in this location for a little bit longer, but that doesn't completely exude the move. They are talking about a move here, or a possible move. Excuse me. They're talking about a possible move here. They said real far away too. They said far away. You're thinking about money here. When you move, you're thinking about like how good your business is going to boom during that particular area. They're also talking about, they're talking about you being able to get out of the streets for real. Like, for real, get out of the streets. Don't come up here, Stubby. Get out of here. She's such a bad cat. Get out of here. You're not coming up here. I'll knock you down. Get out. This spot up here is not for you. You're gonna knock everything over. Yo. There you go. Okay, so they're saying that you gotta start writing down your manifestations. Start manifesting the place that you want. You need to figure out where you want to go. You understand? Like, the location does matter, is what they're saying. So you need to figure out exactly where you want to go. Because if it's not a plan, then it's not going to happen. You know, this is the same conversation I've been having, too, with my family as well. If you don't have a direct location, then there's no sense in going anywhere, because you don't know where you're going. That has to be a solid plan. As in, there can't be any ifs, ands, buts. No way, this way, that way. It has to be a solid plan if you want it to happen. They did talking about moving closer to family. Yeah, they're talking about moving closer to family, possibly. I don't see this happening like right this minute. I wouldn't even say this year. Yeah, they even just talked about it. They say lost too many this year, that type of thing. I would say I don't see it happening this year. I see it happening maybe near the end of the year, but I'm seeing next year for you. Overall, it's like you need to really make a solid decision and a solid plan. And I know you're planning around funds, and you're planning a loan, and you know there's a lot that weighs out on this. So I would definitely take the time to deal with it and think about it. Otherwise, you're not going to get the place that you need, and essentially it's going to just be the same situation. So they are saying to think a lot longer about it. Yeah, they said hold yourself responsible for what you enable to happen around you or allow to stop you from moving. So hold yourself responsible for that, because at the end of the day, it's like there's obviously things going on that you have control over, that you still maybe are entertaining or dealing with, whether it's the situation with the past or, you know, I feel like, you know, they talk about brainwashing here. They talk about brainwashing. They're talking about how someone is using magic in order to control you and keep you stuck, keep you hidden. But that can't stop your hustle and grind at the end of the day. It's like you're more powerful than that. Yeah, they're talking about the police here. Court case holding you back. Yup. At the end of the day, you gotta decide what you want, huh? Yup. Decide what you want. Yup. They said $1 in a dream, and then they said $1 in a pipe dream. Oh yeah, you're right. Everywhere is hell right now. Inflation is a bitch. It should stop near December and January. Just a little bit. Enough for people to actually like move around and shit. There's gonna be tiny time slots with moving during these next couple of months as well. Tiny, small time slots, but most of them are gonna be at the end of the month during December and January. So I mean, honestly, the housing market is not gonna be too swell out this bitch. Because like inflation, of course, it's affecting or infecting everything. Like I said, during December and January is gonna be the best time. During the end of the year, like the very ass end of the year, it's gonna be a lot better. I know November is going to be good too. I don't know what's going to happen to trigger that, but I know November is also going to have some good markets open. But, you know, at the same time, it's still going to take till the end of the year even to get anything secured at all. The market is crazy. Yeah, it's no fucking good. Like everything out here is so expensive. And that fucks up everyone's fucking plans, right? At the end of the day. Alright, someone had like, oh shit, my eyes. Okay, she had one question here in chat. And that's a quick one, so then I'll do your question, Mr. Or whatever. You ordered a general for everything. Of course, Mother Angel. 10K above value. Yeah, they putting a lot of fucking change on some shit. Eva, you still here? Sorry, I couldn't give you a more positive readings, Mother Angel, but things will pick up for you by the end of the year. I promise you. Especially with business. Eva, where you at? Range Rover 2020 model is expensive. How the fuck does that work? Yeah, cars that were like old fucking hoopties that were like 3,000 right now are like 8,000 on the market. Like, I was just looking for an old school Mustang to play with. Holy fuck, that shit is crazy to me. Like a 1998 fucking old hoopty ass Mustang. Fucking crazy. Like, people out here really do be on some nutcase shit. They think people are gonna pay that shit out of pocket. It doesn't even fucking matter, bro. It doesn't matter how bad you need a car. Like, I'd rather ride on a fucking bicycle before I bought that shit. Like, that is not worth that price. You said, I hope I can come hang with you and go to the graveyard. I don't know. Maybe you can. We'll see how everything works out, right? Because at the end of the day, we getting chilly and we're supposed to have a bad fucking winter. Upstate New York is the worst area for, I mean, other than Canada itself, but we get the same weather Canada does. So, the same blizzards and everything. Yeah, I mean, it runs us through before it even hits Canada a lot of the time. So. Jesus. I went from 50K to 70 to 80K. Jesus. Everyone's gonna wait until everything levels out. I mean, at the end of the day, you better just keep your eye on shit because we never know what's gonna happen to the market out here. That motherfucker could throw people for a loop. So just keep an eye on what you want. Because when that shit drops, it's gonna drop hard. Everything is gonna be very devalued. Okay, like 99 cents for a ketchup bottle and shit. I'll give some people a little bit of a break. I guess she's not Eva. Eva, hello. Did she just pay me and leave? I can't do anything about people who do that on Super Chat. That's the problem with Super Chat. I can't repay anybody or refund anybody. They still locking people in their houses in China? I'm sure they are. Isn't it horrible what's happening there? I guess she's gone. I guess so. It's fucking horrible what's happening there, bro. You know they're going through a heavy drought where their main water line is completely fucking dried up. Why is that not in the news? Isn't that fucking wild? Like they usually it's if it bleeds it reads type shit, but that shit's not anywhere. Like I saw that on a podcast. I ended up learning that shit on a podcast. Like people are literally in complete and utter drought. Happened to Newark shit with the pipes. Yeah, and I was like, those people don't deserve to die, y'all. I mean, nobody really deserves to die. At the end of the day, it's not up to us, but those people don't. There's innocent people there that have lived under a very, very militant and crazy monarchy that definitely don't deserve it. I mean, when you think about kids and everything like that. It's like a giant North Korea. Because they've done the same thing to the people. The world is sitting back and watching it happen, of course. Right? But, well, because, I mean, in all reality, it's all a race. I mean, we're still fighting with China and all the other spots just like we used to. We're still fighting with Britain. We're still fighting with everybody. You know, that shit never ends. The Cold Wars, the allies, all that, the bullshit, the fucking whatever, that never ends regardless of who we have a ally system with. Right? We're all, U.S. is still trying to be the best and Britain is still trying to be, whatever, number 2 and shit. They don't care. At the end of the day, they just don't care. They don't care. And they are still killing Christians in China. Right, because China wants to be, at the end of the day, China wants to be closed off. They don't want white people there. They don't want black people. They don't want any people from the outside world there. But that didn't really work out, right? Because China ended up being the fucking place with the most population and making every single fucking utensil we use today. Without China, we would be nowhere because they mass manufacture everything that we need. I would say not even that we need. It's what we don't need. Like, you remember when they used to do things where they would like hold back households from having, you could have like this item and this item and this item, and then they would have the government come around and be like, okay, you could only have like this amount of sugar cubes and this and this and that. When they were like limiting people and weren't doing like all the surplus shit where we're wasting a bunch of shit, like, we get too greedy, and then when we go through a huge famine and everyone's dying and shit like that and everyone has to suffer, that's kind of our fault at the end of the day. With China, I feel like it's the same thing. It's like, well, the government is in control of it entirely and completely. And shit like this, when shit like this happens and you don't have like allies with the outside world, US is getting to be the same way, by the way, where nobody's going to come to US's aid. So when you're that cocky and that confident that your country is, is hot shit and it is what it is, you're going to murder a bunch of people at the end of the day. You're going to kill a bunch of fucking people. It's y'all, can y'all believe it's like an oven up in that bitch? It's 120 degrees there. And then at night it's 98 degrees. Who the fuck can live in that type of weather? Because holy fucking balls. They still don't allow you to have a certain amount of children that, mass. It's crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. All them kids is dying. I don't feel comfortable with that no matter what country it is. When children are dying, that they have nothing to do with any of this shit, right? I mean, maybe they have everything to do with it. They're the future. I mean, Eva never came back. Oh my God. Y'all little cocksuckers. Here, watch this. Read the description and what it says. Like, I kind of make that obvious in the title, but read the description. All right, Mr. Rita. To me, that is like, it's right there. But at the same time, it's like, y'all, general reading, like, you didn't even introduce yourself. You just came up in here. And then Flamekeeper, I've seen you in here before, but please read the description before you ask me anything. I prefer that people don't interrupt readings when I'm about to read. Now, obviously, we're just talking about China there and whatever, but I am about to read for Miss Rita. So I don't like the chat being all spammed up and shit, especially when I can't see it over on my computer here on my big screen. I would like to be able to see what the person I'm reading says. And I don't do generals for just anybody at the same time. Like, I like to pick and choose my battles. Because even I don't have forever lasting energy where I could just go down a list and give people, everything they need and shit. All right. Miss Trita, you got the general everything read where I kind of touch on everything just a little bit, give you messages on each little section. We'll start with, what do they want to start with? We'll start with, come on. We'll start with, what do they want to talk about? Okay, money. We'll talk about money. They said this is ski mask made me look fat. All right, all right. Let's talk about money. Stop it, y'all. You ain't gonna rob a bank. Stop it. Sit down. Yeah, they keep talking about buy Rolex and shit. I need it now. I need my money now. You know that ad, I think it's an advertisement. I need my money now. I don't know what that ad is, but it just popped up. I gotta rob somebody. You don't gotta rob nobody, but yeah. Okay, so they are talking about finances for you and how, you know, at this point in time you do feel quite desperate. I feel like your old job is definitely going to accept you back into the ranks. You said I do have a mask. Get that fucking ski mask off. They do say that there is a possibility where you will be able to just completely switch jobs entirely. I would take that route if you haven't already. I would maybe like look into that, you know, a different fucking job, because whatever you was dealing with before, you just could not put up with. It's like it's too much work for having a child on top of that. And so they're saying like take something that's a little bit more lean back, even if that means like at the end of the day you might have to switch out of that job as well, because you need more money. But they are saying that whatever the situation is, it's going to last you for a little bit, just so that you can get back up on your feet. Yeah, so they're saying that that is the best chance to do something a little bit less stressful and antagonizing and just very obnoxious for you. And also it's just not, you know, that type of shit is not safe for someone who just had a baby. So that's what they're saying. They're saying you're gonna have like a little bit more advantages in it, whatever this next position is as well. Could be like healthcare or something. Healthcare you didn't previously get, or something of that nature. Something you didn't previously get. 1,500. At the end of the day, if you're paying 1,500 to have like a pretty steady, like unstressful job, them classes, Jesus Christ. Whew. They don't have like a fucking waiver or some shit. Jesus Christ. Shit. They said it was gonna be good for you though, so you know. Yeah, there you fucking go. There you could afford a fucking house to open that bitch, or at least take it out. You did see the thing where they did like the housing loan, where it's like you would be able to get a housing loan, like with a certain credit card company. I think it's Bank of America. Without any, they wouldn't take anything extra out. You know how long? Yeah. Bank of America. I was like, damn, okay, they really do want people out here buying houses when the market is all fucking lopsided and shit. They are not to be trusted though. I don't have a Bank of America card. I got a Citi card. I trust Citi. Citi actually tells you everything, and I fuck with that. Citi tells you everything that's going on with your fucking car. They even warn me when I have a payment coming up. I like that. Yeah, Bank of America is scammy as fuck, huh? They don't. I feel like mostly it's older people who have Bank of America as well. I don't. You know, my family doesn't dabble in Bank of America. We dabble in Citi. Actually, no, maybe my stepdad has a Bank of America card, but he's got like fucking platinum or some shit because he's an immigrant. And he built up a bunch of fucking credit without using it. Right. Let's look into love for you, because they're talking about devil in her heart. Let's look into love just a little bit. Love kind of look like a game of codependency. Um, Overdrafts. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that, man. What the fuck? Bitches. That shit is so dirty. They do that in my fucking bank it's just a local bank thing. They did that in my local bank. That's why I had to switch over to city. But yeah, they said a bunch of codependency. I mean, when it comes down to it, codependency is basically, for you, it's a control issue. For them, it's something different entirely. I feel like it's on both sides of the scenario. Where, well, it is intimate in a way. It's like, is it too intimate? Is it too fucking intimate? Like, I can't even change the fucking song. Yeah. They said, pick and choose your battles. They're like, is it too fucking intimate? Like, I mean, are you telling them a little bit too much, maybe? Especially about the financial situation, because they could easily use that against you at the end of the day. They also mentioned something about yeah, you have a type. They're not thick-skinned people, right? They're not like very hard people. I would say, in fact, like, you kind of lean towards like the pussy, the pussy of society type shit, like the ones that are a little bit weaker, because you like a little bit of control on them. You like to be able to hold shit over their head for the most part. That might be not something you really think about on the forefront, but in your subconscious, at least, you do kind of aim for the weakest links, okay? Because with stronger personalities, you kind of feel, I don't know what you fear. I don't think you necessarily fear clashing. I just think you fear men being too hard to handle. Yeah, I think you fear men being a little bit too hard to handle, like real tough men being way too hard to handle for you. I just don't think that's true. Honestly, I feel like that's the most stable thing that you can have, right? With having a daughter. At the end of the day, you are both her mother and her father. Even though the father is there in the picture, you're around all the time. You said, I don't like arrogance or manipulation, narcissism. Right, but this is where your own ego and kind of narcissistic tendencies come into play, which everyone has narcissistic tendencies, where they care a lot about self-preservation and not a lot about the truth. Which the truth is, you can't really self-preserve yourself if you are, in this position. So in the position of like not trusting men at all. For the most part, I want to say, I mean, have your fun. Eat your cake, whatever. Have your fun. Get yourself stable. Then it is what it is after that point. But none of these dudes around you currently right now they're opportunists. They're taking advantage of you just as much as you're taking advantage of them, as much as you might not want to admit that. And so, like, the control issues is a problem that will eventually need to be squashed if you do want a long-term man. But at this point in time, it's like, play it out. Get your money. Get your stability. Careful of pregnancy again, is what they're saying. Careful of another pregnancy. Because apparently they're saying that's fucking possible. So they said careful of pregnancy, for real. For convo, I'm not even invested in anybody. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, you're definitely going to be going in on, like, that's going to be a repeat system, though. Like, as in, when you do find, you sound like get my two cents. As you do find more and more men, you're gonna see like a sickness or an illness within them that is like pussyism, and has nothing to do with like feminine. It has everything to do with like they're just not confident in themselves. very insecure, typically don't really have like a defining characteristic or personality that is interesting for the most part, and they're not tough skinned, so if you say anything it hurts their feelings, and then they go off and do something petty. They act like bitches, right? It's like they act like petty bitches. And that's not necessarily something I see you wanting for your future. So, I mean, you've already dealt with it, right? There's different forms of narcissism, and that's one of them that you maybe, I don't know if you avoided your last relationship. I don't think so. But leading man syndrome is, I'm going to say, leading man syndrome is something that you deal with. Okay? That's your struggle and your personal thing that you're gonna have to deal with. Because leading man syndrome or leading woman syndrome, the fear of someone taking over your life shows that you don't have control over it. That's like the most vulnerable that you can be towards somebody that you're romantically approaching at all times, though. So that's why even when it's like a weak man, a weak bitch like that, a pussy, you still shouldn't be giving them certain amounts of attention. You understand? Because they can manipulate it in the same way that you're manipulating them, because you are just essentially as hurt as they are. Right? You're not a pussy, though. That's the difference. You're not a pussy. But it would require, that's just extra energy and extra fighting and extra pettiness and all that. It's extra bullshit at the end of the day. I can't find strong men. All of them want to run like a bitch. I think you will when you... I think, well, first of all, it's going to take time, right? It's going to take time. You're getting your money up. You're trying to find your house and everything like that. You're trying to make everything right for your daughter. Like, you put your daughter in front of everything, which you should. Very right, you should. But when it comes down to it, once you start really thinking for yourself and your own future and planning for that piece, it's going to be like, certain characteristics you're going to look for with a man that's not like necessarily crazy and wants to fucking control you, narcissistic motives, but a man who allows you to be yourself and he can be himself and y'all could be together and be yourselves, right? That's what I mean. It's going to take time, but it's going to be there. There's going to be opportunities that arise in the future. Y'all turn crazy though. At the end of the day, is it that they turn crazy or are they already crazy? Because you can't tell me that they just pussy whipped and that's just it. They already have that shit pre-ventilated up in that hole. So you're going to have to find what is it that is the defining characteristic with all of those dudes that is what's triggering you into going towards those dudes and entertaining those dudes. Okay? So it's a whole thing. But it's something you can worry about more a little bit later. What else you got? They said run. They said run. Oh. You said you want me to look into homes. I know. Do a little general situation. And then I'll do a little spiritual read. See what's going on there. So general, you definitely, hey, homes is not, I don't see that being like something right this minute. Run from who or what relationships. That's what it is. Normal, strong at first. But yeah, but like the illusion of being strong is easy to see through. Because an insecure man is just, that's what it is. That's what it is. Like an insecure man you can see through. You just have to watch out for it. Just like I can see an insecure woman. It's just like they're going to talk a lot about themselves for the most part. Okay. A lot about themselves and their exes and their past and this and the past relationship and that. This and this and that. They're going to evade real conversations about what y'all's relationship is supposed to be. Like there's a lot of signs and signatures. But okay, so for the home, and then I'll talk about your daughter. That'll be the last. Your home, I feel like I don't see it. Yeah. I kind of see Yeah, cause I can see someone being like passed around for family. So that's your daughter passed around with family members. Yeah, I can see you kind of being. I can see you maybe babysitting. Might be that your family has to babysit, and then you put in extra hours at work, and then with that situation, you'll be able to make enough money in order to take out what you need and do what you need to with the money. Because they're talking about paying off a house here as well. So, I mean, it's possible that you might take out a loan, housing loan, home loan. My mom babysits. Yeah, because when you put in extra hours at work, I see that this all changing here. Honestly, I think it's going, I think it's going to take another year for you to move into a permanent area. There's going to be a couple of more loops and jumps and hops and the skips and the, I'd say by the end of next year possibly. But, there's obviously other ways that you can take this. Manifesting like crazy, but I mean, it can't all happen in the time that you want it to, though. At the end of the day, when you're manifesting, and taking action and everything like that, it doesn't always happen when you want it to. I mean, you might be blocked, but you might be blocked by life. Well, you view it in a way that's like a little bit more on the realistic level. It's like you might be blocked by life, love. You just had a baby. Yeah, don't get discouraged. At the same time, don't get discouraged. You're going to get your home, right? Keep fucking tagging for that home. Keep looking for that home. Keep looking on the market. It doesn't no, it doesn't. At the same time, I can give a prediction, but other shit could happen for you easily. In between when I gave this prediction in that time, I don't. Other shit can happen. How do I unblock myself? I don't. I would say you're not blocked. I would say more or less you're getting antsy and you're kind of just getting like anxious. You're just scared. I think that's okay to be scared and anxious, and that you need to learn to sit through that and become comfortable with it. So moving forward, you're not so scared and anxious to act. I wouldn't say you're blocked though. I would say, Virgo season is perfect for you too, because it's like right in your home energy. So when you're feeling blocked, it's like you'll know what to do at the end of the day. I think that because we're in your home energy too, you got to really sit and think. Virgos, always observing, always thinking, right? This is something that you really need to think about and observe. Manifesting. I get anxiety, but I push myself through it, right? And sometimes it's best to sit in that so you don't have a panic attack at the end of the day. Because if you don't deal with it, whatever's bothering you up here, if you don't deal with that, face forwards, confront it, it can become a problem later down the line, and even bigger one than you even anticipated it to be. It could blow up right in your fucking face. Always take a leap and force myself. There's gonna be those days, right? But when you have now like a little bit of space to breathe, a little bit of breathing room, I would definitely like start going through things that really do put you on edge and kind of stoke the flame. Because at this point, right, you can't afford to. You're not going to be able to, as she's growing, as your baby's growing and everything like that, you're not going to be able to afford to cut your losses and, sit down and mope about it and whatever, right? At the end of the day, you got a choice here, and I feel like you can make your life a lot easier by thinking about, just sitting down and thinking about things you're genuinely uncomfortable with right now in your life, or the things that you want to change. And I know manifesting the house is a primary, but there's other things there too, obviously in the background, that I think you should think about, retake a look at, just go through it, sift through it a little bit. It might get a little bit easier on you. I wish my chat over here was low. Let me try to refresh. eyes is so fucking bright. God. Sorry, y'all. Shit, my eyes. Should I have coffee right now? Coffee's always giving me that boost. It's a rise and shine. Yeah, that shit. My fucking eyeballs, bro. We got pink sky. Pink sky and morning, seller's warning. I know they say red sky, but fuck it. It's pink sky, bitch. It's pink sky. And with your daughter? Ow, motherfucker. With your daughter? They said 2 birds with 1 stone. Something about something that's easier for you and your daughter. You know, you feel stuck right now, but something's going to be easier. Something's going to get easier. You just got to be patient for it. Yeah, it seems like she having fun meeting all the, ain't nobody, you know what it just said? It said, ain't nobody taking my baby. That song by Russ. Don't be worried about her having a good childhood. Obviously, if you're thinking about it so hard right now, she gonna have the best childhood. If you're even worried about it at all. Because you're gonna do everything and give everything, right? At the end of the day, you are her mother. Child's play. They said, yup, she having fun. She having fun. I mean, I don't see anything in the even in the forthcoming future of it being crazy. I see a lot of happiness here. Yeah, I see a lot of you being stuck possibly and stressed, but I see happiness. Her end, she just wants to explore. That's kind of like Gemini's curse in a way. Gemini is always so curious. Like they're saying is curiosity killed the cat. Like that's for Gemini. So that's literally for Gem. I feel like she'll calm you too through your nerves and anxiety. She'll calm you. She's excited. As she gets older, you got to be really careful with her getting into shit, because she will, trust me. You know those babies who like go in and get the peanut butter jar and cover themselves in full-on peanut butter, or like they get the petroleum jelly and they're like all look like fucking monsters and shit covered in petroleum. She's like gonna be that type of baby, bro. I'm not playing with you. She gonna be that type. She gonna get into everything. She gonna eat messy, everything. Be prepared for that shit. Don't let her wear white or anything like that. All she gonna do is mess that shit up. She already trying to jump on my head. In her chair, she's only 3 months. Jesus. I know she gonna give me a run for my money, right? She might be a TikTok. Who knows? She might make you some money. She might be a TikTok worthy baby. Because they're talking about TikTok right now. She might be a TikTok worthy baby. If you want to be one of those mothers type shit. But she might be a TikTok worthy. A Gemini with mostly Aries and Taurus traits. What do I do? That's not too bad. That's like my mom. It's actually not too bad. She gonna be a funny bitch. Just know that. She gonna be very entertaining and a very funny bitch. What day was she born on? Yeah, she gonna be a funny bitch. Just wait. She might be comedian type shit. Very funny. Being in a Pampers company. Oh shit. She gonna be a little star and shit. Yeah, May 29th. Yup. She gonna be a funny little bag. I might go get some coffee, more coffee, just so, you know, I want to see what happens just till we hit maybe like 7:45. They say she would be a famous comedian in one of my reads. I could see her being a comedian easily. That was before she came out, I think, right? Because I think the last time I did a deep dive on a reading, you was about to give birth. But yeah, I could see her being like Tiffany Haddish and shit. I like this song, but I'm not gonna play it. I was pregnant, so okay. Well, confirmation again and again and again. Funny little girl. Alright. Will the court test you? I think the court doesn't give a fuck, but no, not Tiffany Haddish. She on some shit. I love Tiffany. What is she on? Let me see. Is the court going to test you? Obviously, they said no, and like I said, I just saw something too where them not giving a fuck, and every time I do a reading for that particular court, yeah, child sex abuse. Really? Tiffany Haddish got tagged for that? Her and what? Is it proven? Is it like proven? Her and who? What the fuck? Ooh. Oh. The female, well, tell me why the females are even creepier with that shit, bro. The females are even creepier with that shit sometimes. Let me look that up. What the fuck? I didn't know that. Ah, my eyes. Something sexual in front of a mic, but that's still fucked up. You think it was on set? What the fuck? What is going on? Sued for molestation. What? Ooh, I just got chills. You saw that? It says in front of accused of molesting a 14-year-old girl in 2013. I mean, I never fixed her for a... What does the other family look like, though? Let me see. I gotta see what the other family look like. They are all predators. Yeah, you're right. I gotta hear the story from their mouth. You know, like, to me, it's like, you know what happens, right? You know what happens too. And a lot of people with power and control are corrupt. I agree with that one. But I don't believe everyone is a molester. I don't necessarily believe that Michael Jackson was a molester. You know, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that. Even though I did think he was creepy, you know, very creepy and very weird. He was mentally fucked, but I don't think he was necessarily a molester. They tried to peg him for it, and they even did like reenactments and shit, like as if like, you know, there was a cleaning lady that stumbled on some fucking lingerie or some shit for a boy or something. But I don't necessarily believe that he is a molester. I think he was a child in his mind, if that makes sense. No, I don't think he was a child molester. I picked mental illness up from him, but not a molester, I'm not creeped out by him, if that makes sense. Like, the way he acted to me was like a child, if that makes sense. R. Kelly definitely 1,000%. 1,000%. That nigga was child molesting from the beginning of time and shit. He killed a lot of women through that whole entire situation. But I think Michael Jackson had a bad case of PTSD, horrible case of PTSD because of his parents. I think that he probably has some sort of Alzheimer's or like memory thing going on because of the way he started talking and the way he started acting, right? He loved kids in a weird way, but he loved children so much he wouldn't hurt them. And, you know, honestly, if his kids had came out with something like, you know, our father is a molester, da, 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 but they to this day, you know, and they could get more clout by saying that he did it versus he didn't do it, and they probably could get some money up in that hole. But to this day, they say that their father had never ever hurt them, never done anything like that. He did everything for them, not to them, for them. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like he could throw out, you know, I don't know. R. Kelly is wild, though. That whole situation is a whole crock of shit because he's still up in prison, you know, all cushy and shit, living at large and shit in prison, singing to people over the. How is he still able to sing to people over the phone? Like, young women be calling him and singing to him, and you know that he's getting like some good ass treatment. That nigga needs to be stabbed. Whenever the media comes from a person very hard, usually the person is innocent. They went hard, and even to this day, they are going hard at MJ. Yeah, I just don't see. I don't. You know, my grandmother, who's pretty good at filling out creeps, and along with my mother, my mother used to love Michael Jackson. Love Michael Jackson. Everything to do with him. Everything to do with his dancing, his music, everything. She used to do little dance numbers and shit. I don't, you know, I just like there was a time actually where I did think it was him, like he did do a little diddling or whatever, because I thought he was weird, but that was my teen mind being like, he's creepy. Yes, Bill Cosby's a fucking creep. He's always put me off, like his show and everything has always put me off. Yeah, Bill Cosby, that's believable. That's believable to me. He absolutely did it. And the way that nigga, yo, when y'all seen that meme where the nigga be jumping in the bush? That shit is fucking hilarious. Holy fuck. When he jumps into the bush, whew, where he like hides in the bush from the cameras and shit. Yo, that shit fucking murder. Super chat is down on the bottom. It's like that little money sign with a white box around it. But so for me, Bill Cosby has always been a creep. Like, even when during his comedy days, his jokes were like obsessant retardation. I don't understand it. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not into it. You know, when I watch him, it's so cringe. And he's just doing it for attention. And he's like, come on, sit on daddy's lap. He would say some weird shit, you know? Yeah, right? He's like, let me give you some pudding. Let me shove some pudding up your pussy and shit. Like, that's fucking weird, man. Pudding pop. Stop it. I feel. Yeah, like, nigga be like, you know, oh, when the girl's pussy, you know, spits venom, and like he would say some weird shit during his comedy sets, y'all. Some weird. It's probably scrubbed from the internet for now, but I'm saying when my grandmother would put like, you know, that shit on, I'd be like, who the fuck? Like, this nigga is so weird, bro. Like, it's not even funny how to weird this dude is. Never seen an episode. I never watched the episode. I watched his comedy. His comedy, horrible. That nigga was popping pills in everyone's drink. He didn't care if it was man, woman, or child. Man, woman, or child. I was never into that show for some reason. Yeah, for a reason. Because it's a weird fucking family dynamic. Trying to be the Johnsons and shit. Yeah, good on you for that. Good on you for that. It's weird, man. Sickening. I might go get some coffee, y'all. Just one more cup. Just one more. He used to bounce kid out of it. Oh my god, that's so triggering. But he would bounce kids out his knees. Oh my god. Yeah, she's right. She's right. He used to do that where he'd be like, set the kid right down and do the just like how our president said he loves kids jumping on his lap and shit. Similar to that scenario. Oh god. So nasty. Hi Stubby. She's so cute. Alright, Alright, I'm back. Too much love. You said, oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. That shit's crazy. And the only reason why this can come out in the first place too is because of those allegations. Those federal allegations. That's the only reason why he can be held accountable for what he's doing. If he had never ever been put on the fucking stand like that, this shit would have never came out. Guarantee his family would have been pretending like they was happy and doing all this extra shit, and she would have gotten the divorce and he would have shut her up with some cash. But you know, now he's about to lose all of it. Shit. She's trying to not. Honestly, a lot of it is they're trying not to be accomplices to what he done. I don't doubt that he touched his daughter. I mean, he was calling his daughter sexy and shit. Like, he was doing too much, bro. Yeah, all of them are like that weird incestual, like weird incestual. Just like they're just like backcountry people. You understand? Like they just like the backcountry. They just like the backcountry people. Oh, allegations. What ended up happening is he took some paperwork from like it's some form of paperwork that you only get when you're the president. It has some like super sensitive details in it, and he took it and he put it in his home. They ended up I believe they ended up finding it in his home, and right now they're working on convicting him and everything like that. But he, like I said, this has like super sensitive details. It's like extreme, like could be about murder and everything like that, but he was hiding it in his home. He accused Hillary of all her emails, right, to deal with sensitive information, and essentially he's getting exposed now. But this doesn't mean the information in the letter is going to get exposed. It just means that he's going to get exposed for keeping something that he was going to probably expose later down the line anyways. Like, this nigga was probably planning on going to the Russian government for it and then using it against people in his whole entire voting rally, in his voting race, because it has other candidates in there. So it's like candidates are already you know. But you know, it is what it is. Has a lot of information in there. I'm interested in knowing what a majority of that shit is anyway. That's why they silenced him over all social media. Yup. They removed him off everything because if he had said something, it would have apparently disrupted all the whole entire fabric of the United States. So that nigga was trying to go deep too. I mean, they knew he took it too. They're not retarded. They knew he took it. Can I ask how my court case will go? Let's see. How will your court case go? Here's the time. Oh yeah, he was planning on doing it the whole time. Like he was dropping hints throughout his whole entire presidency. That's why they won't allow him back in. And this is kind of a part of that too. Is first of all, they knew he was stupid enough to steal something that was just sitting there, right? Usually what happens is that paperwork is shared between presidents. He's supposed to give it to the next president. He never did. Okay, he just kept it. And it's illegal, obviously. Yeah, because, you know, he was trying to have Putin put him in power completely without any of the backing of the governments. So, I mean, that's basically what happened, right? They fucking chopped up the polls and whatever. They try to make it look like Russia or whatever. And, well, he ended up best friends with Putin. So, obviously, they did play a little bit of a part in there. He couldn't screech. All right. Court case. Court case for Lisa. Court case. All right, Lisa. Lisa, they said it's long, taking a long time. But you don't care about necessarily about the long. You care longness. You don't care about the longness. You don't care about how long it lasts. You just care about the outcome at the end of the day. Yeah, get some rest, Miss Charita. Thanks for coming in. They said that it's going to work out in your favor, essentially, but it's just going to take a long time. Yeah. I mean, there's made-up information that's being thrown out, possibly. I mean, at the end of the day, they're talking about someone playing too much, or, like, maybe the information isn't made up, but it's just too, you know, it's too, he said, she said, they said, this said. Yeah, like, there's not enough proof, maybe, from someone's end, and this is what gets them cut off. But I see it going in your favor, essentially. So, I don't know. Like I said, you know, I see it here. I see it going in your favor. Yeah. At the end of the day, there is going to have to be some sort of a settlement. I know that's what you fear, but there's some kind of a settlement that has to happen here. And it might, you know, there's also things about saying, like, split down the middle as well. Split down the middle. Or something like that. Split down the middle. Let me post my thing on Twitter real quick. Like 50-50, split down the middle, that sort of thing came out. Oh, this is bothering me. Okay. Ow. Of course I have to fucking log in on this whacked ass, bright ass computer. Can I turn this down? Can I turn down the fucking screen brightness? Y'all whack for not letting me turn down the screen brightness. Bro. Wow. I think it's this one. It's called an unlawful marriage. I got you. You know, I think at the end of the day, they said something about split down the middle, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be split equally at all. Like, it might be that someone gets a majority of the proceeds, and then the other person kind of gets fucked out of anything at all. I see you getting your share, though, whatever that is. I mean, I also see addictions here and that sort of thing playing a huge role in the ruling. So, you know. Let's see, is my Twitter on this one? This email? Yeah. He takes drugs. Okay, well, the druggie is the person that's going to be essentially ruled out of the situation. So, What fucking email did I use for Twitter? That's nuts to me. Come on. I mean, let's try this. It's not it, bitch. It's not it. Go back. Go back. Oh my god. I fucked up. Come on, go back. Why is logging into Twitter so hard? Do this one. Accept. To create your account. I thought I had one. What you mean, bitch? Whore? Alright, fine. 2001. I was born in 2001. There we go. Okay. Oh, so they're making me make a new... That make no sense, bitch. Why are you trying to make me make a new one? This is making me so mad, y'all. How is it that my login cannot be that complicated? I'm gonna share it off of here again, but that just makes no sense. I have an email on my... Okay, I'm back. Jesus. It took me a long time to type. Twitter, Trump came for culture on Twitter. That nigga wishes he had Twitter. He wishes. That nigga got booted. Oh, fuck. Nah, I was typing something to get some people up in here. I need my little Twitter fairies coming up on here. Them bitches is funny too. High motor culture. No more grabbing poop by the pussy. That's right. Shame on you. It is so cold, but it's so nice, y'all. I love the cold weather so much. Like my closet is always in preparation. I have my fur coats and shit. Literally, I just use the winter as, and my favorite is fall, of course. I'm gonna do a lot of photo shoots in fall, but especially for candles. But this is my favorite, y'all. Oh my god, y'all won't be able to stand how much I be smiling during this time. What you up to, motor culture? I get the fur coats on, all them warm clothes. I'm about to go to, I forget it's almost school time. Fuck them poor motherfuckers. Gotta go to school. Fur coat's not real fur. No, I don't like real fur. Faux fur is good for me. I even, with leather, I don't like real leather either. Gotta keep it on, faux leather is actually, if you're getting real faux leather, that's funny. But it's actually more expensive than a fucking leather. Normal leather is. Like if it's well made, because with faux leather, it will fall apart. If it's not well made. So, Jesus Christ. Same with like real jeans and everything like that. They just when they use real material, It's the best, and it'll last forever. Like, it'll last your 7 trillion lifetimes and shit. Trying to get my mind right for the new path ahead. I'm going now. What new path are you going down? You gonna let me in on a little secret and shit? Or no, am I not allowed? That's my time. I need you to stay up at 4 a.m. Of course, you know my time is usually like 2:45 to 4. I was a little bit late, of course, because I was doing Twitter shit, and I still gotta post water signs over on Twitter, but I wanted to wait for them for some reason. I just felt inclined to wait because I feel like the messages are a lot deeper than the other signs for water signs. For whatever reason, it's a lot like water signs are gonna be having a lot of fun, bro. They're gonna be having a lot of fun, and I do not mean that facetiously. You going out on Saturday? How these bugs keep bothering me? Leave me the fuck alone, bitch. Get the fuck out my coffee, bitch. What is that? Is that a mosquito? How are you even still alive, bro? I'm just trying not to knock over anything. Bitch boy. You said the wear and tear. 12:05 p.m. 7:06 here a.m. I'm feeling the wear and tear in myself. My fucking bad. I'm manifesting you get laid. Damn, you manifest that for everybody type shit? Clean my walls with holy water and Florida water. Hell yeah. New path is me doing things that are absolutely for my highest good. Being more focused and planning, being precise with what I want, how am I gonna make that happen and apply. Okay. You got a whole line of thinking there. You got a whole entire you planning it. You got a whole entire line of thinking. Rare territory, why you funny? Hey, I would say it's funny, but it's true. It's the truth. Unfortunately, when you work from home, you need to get up, not lay in bed all day. Gotta take extra good care of yourself. I wish it was that simple where I just lay down in bed all day. Like my woman disappear. Come back in 20 years. I don't know if I'll make it that long. Optimism, but I let my kid come back in 20 years. I'm a radical. I'm radical, so I don't know if I'll make it that long. Radical people always get killed early, especially if they're black at all. Coochie like Venus flytrap dance. She getting nasty with it this morning. Oh no, that maybe a little bit ironic. My thing that I posted on Twitter, it was something about getting that morning good on Twitter on tarot type shit. Morning good tarot and shit. I'm the patriarch of my family, Lisa. I am basically the parent of everybody, regardless of age. So I'm already taking on that burden of being a parent. I have for a long time, so at 21. Yeah. Not a flex, because I don't wish it on anyone, but it is what it is. You want to be successful, then you got to take it on. He said, slap me for the loan. Mother, I'm sorry, Motor Culture. I meant to actually pull you a couple cards. Mother Angel going wild up in this bitch. How did you get that role? The matriarch of the family has passed away, and she was sick for a while. She passed away in December. My grandmother. And I have, of course, I make the most money. So it is the way it is. I'm also the strictest and usually a good planner when it comes to money. I was gonna pull a couple of cards for you, Mode or Culture. Mode or Culture. They say you got some, you do have some healing to do on the aspect of, yeah, parental guidance is what they're saying. To talk about your mother in particular, you got some healing to do on that. There's something that you think about when it comes to feminines, that you think about also maybe yourself in that light. There is some sort of like negative connotation, or there's just something there, like, you know, I think it's subconscious in a way, because when you go through some shit in your own home, when you deal with some shit, you deal with some trauma, it's very, very hard to break that course regardless of whether you're aware of it or not. Subconscious, in fact, when you're more aware of it, it's like it gets worse, but essentially you're learning your triggers, which I see that. But there's something to do with being the feminine that's very significant. Very significant. Might be something about submission, or, you know, the relationship between the masculine and feminine. Also talking about the concept of racial superiority. There's a lot of things that in yourself that I think you hate, and a lot of things that you need to not hate in order to push whatever this agenda is that you got going forward. So you want a new life, you're going to have to think new as well, not beat yourself up all the time for shit, you know, especially shit that you can't control and couldn't control of the past. Essentially, there is only so much judgment that you could put yourself through before it's like beating a dead horse, you know. Yeah, I think you really wonder why you had to deal with the type of abuse that you went through. Essentially, yeah, you're like, why did I have to go through this? Like, what did this bring out of me? But it brings out strength when you realize that, well, when you're showed the world realistically. Because when you're a baby, when people are like born under people's wings and with a silver spoon, and, you know, that sort of thing. But I think you learn respect for the most part of like other people's lives, if that makes sense. What you're getting is a lot of things I hate about myself. Yep. A lot of things you hate about yourself. And I could even say in general about women and men, but I don't think it's about that. I really do think it's specific to your character and what you grew up with. Because what you put out to the world is not how you feel inside. And I think you want to believe that, you know, what you think is good and positive. But I think the more positive that you try to be, the less positivity you're actually giving out to other people. Because positivity and reality typically don't clash that often. And when they do, right, when healing is coming in this on the surface type shit, you primarily need to be the one that's healed. Like, you need to be the healed one if you're going to go out and do healing. So I mean, you can learn, obviously learn from your experiences with dealing with other people. I mean, that's what I do too. But classically, that role of, I would say, motherly instinct and everything, like I said, there's something that you hate, you know, whether it's, but I do think it's particular to your character. Could be men. It has something to do with your trauma. I know, I know that it does, and it is something that holds you back. Yeah, it's they talking about desensitization. They talk about sense of self, how you don't, you know, your sense of self is masked by purpose, right? When I think we kind of discover our sense of self through our purpose, so, or through trying to find our purpose. So, I mean, it makes sense, right? But trying to find like your true self and what actually makes you happy and shit. That's gonna come from like a lot of self reflection. Envisioning a place where you can also be weak. Because keep in mind, like you can want all these things for yourself, but you're gonna need a safe space where you can be weak and you can let down the mask of, you know, I'm gonna save everybody, and you know that's my job in the world. And there is gonna be hopefully a place for you in the future where you can say, I'm gonna let that mask off for a second, just so that I can show a sense of human emotion. Because being strong isn't really, you know, that's not always a requirement, right? Sometimes being a little bit more on the soft side too is a requirement. It's hard for you to be soft on yourself. That's for sure. Why isn't my music playing? Always fucking network error. Oh, you know what? You know when I just thought about this. You know when self-hatred, you know, sometimes it's like you try to avoid blaming yourself, and so you blame an entire group of people for something that happened to you as a child. That's what you're going through. You know, it's like you rather, like, you know, so instead of you, and that turns into even more of a self-hatred, because then you're wondering why can't I get along with this, you know, particular group of people? Why can't I just, like, you know, get over it? Because you've placed kind of a, you know, responsibility on that whole group of people and also yourself that is false. You know, where it really wasn't your fault and it wasn't their fault. And then you're like, whose fault was it, man? But we can keep going down the line of faults, right? And the line of faults still doesn't make it any better. So forgiveness is what's necessary towards the situation and towards yourself. And whatever comes out of that is, like, you know, whether it's healing or even another rabbit hole that you got to keep going through and going through and going through. A lot of hoops you got to jump in order to get to that point. But that might also explain your relationship with men a little bit deeper. And in your relationship with yourself and being a woman. Yeah. Because sometimes, like, you know, sometimes as younger people, we just look at that whole spectrum of like, you know, I need to place the blame somewhere, I need to point a finger somewhere, as like our life. It's like we need to go out and accuse people, and we need to place the blame somewhere so we don't get hurt, so we can save our emotions. But are we saving ourselves, or are we putting ourselves through even more stress and even more pain by blaming people who are not at fault, and then having to go down that rabbit hole as well, and forgiving them even though they didn't do anything necessarily, and then dealing with toxic people because we won't forgive or let go of a situation, right? Like getting involved with that type of person too, like invoking that type of entity or emotional response, it like triggers people into that type of behavior too. So truly, you aren't saving yourself. You're putting yourself right back into a situation that's like that, and then you end up hating them further and further. But isn't it because you're looking for it, and not because that's what all men do or all women do? Isn't it because you're looking for the hate, right? I had to reset my Wi-Fi. I love that. But go back like 10 minutes. Go back like 10 minutes. Whenever you can, actually. Because I think I'm going to hop off at 47:45. But you can go back in this. Stubby yourself for a kid. What do we got? Holy bitch. Go back to work, Lisa. Get out of there. See you later. Bitch. Looking for the hate in others. I think so. I believe so. I mean, however you want to look at it, you know, blaming others for something that cannot be reset and fixed. Tupac. Looking for the problem, expecting the tower moments or something like that. Is that what you're saying? I'm saying more or less saying that you're looking for problems within people and you're gonna find them. That's what I'm saying. You look for the same problems you dealt with as a child, and I think, you know, being weary and conscious is different than being paranoid. And so as a paranoid and maybe not a fully healed person, we look for the things that are triggering to us within other people and bring that to ourselves. You know, like if you're always looking towards the negative, latching onto it, you're going to find something negative. That's just a given. And so that makes it look like all men are evil, all women are evil. But the reality of it is, you're the one placing the evil in front of you, and you have to be the one to break away from that evil. You know, it's still hurting you in some type of way, still causing you pain. And so as a result, it's extra paranoia that you don't need in your life. It's extra work that you put in front of yourself just because, right? You know, it's a sinister mindset. It's a sinister. It's like 24/7. Like, okay, I'm repeat. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt. And then you get hurt, and then you're like, oh fuck, why did I get hurt? Well, because you look for someone to hurt you, right? You look towards that person. You find attraction towards that person because it's our guilty pleasure to find attraction in the things that we hate. Because at the end of the day, we're still, even our subconscious is still trying to learn that same process over and over and over again. No matter what. Even without our consent, right? Our inner demons. I should scream it. There's that song right there. Amen. I don't know. Set it like a leader. I mean, I'm not only the two-seated. Fuck it, I don't need it. Shop on like a bunny now. Fuck it, I don't need it. Ever seen a fucking demon? Cut your screen. Damn, that shit went out quick. It's patchouli. Stubby, what you looking at? The fuck you looking at? Our mind tortures us 24/7 so that we can have growth. But we need to realize how it's torturing us. It's like having like several different people in your head and shit. Because in PTSD moments, we want to cover it up. It's like a scab almost. It's like opening a scab on your brain. Like instantly we want to cover that up. Trust myself enough to know that I can't get hurt again because I know what it looks like and I cut it out within others and myself. Yeah, but the problem lies in you not wanting to reopen that wound. You understand what I'm saying? The problem lies in the fact that you have a fear of reopening that wound consistently, right? And at the same time, it's like, you know, maybe you don't even realize it yourself, what you look for within a man. But if you want your love life and things about your emotions to be revitalized, you need to revisit those fears and relook at them as the person you are now, not the person you were then when you started to scab over. You know what I mean? Scab over those moments and emotions. You need to look at it as the person you are now, today, right now. At the end of the day, we can't all be, you know, perfect and on top of all of our emotions. Because at the same time, we're trying to live every single day, too. Not just emote. So it makes it 10 times harder, of course. But those are things you need to look at. I mean, if you want to. That's just messages from spirit. They don't necessarily matter to the journey unless that's what you want to do. Yeah. I mean, that's what they said, like I said. You don't have to, right? At the end of the day, there's nothing you have to do, but just something you can think about. I'm not a man telling you what to do. Playing with shit. But that's where your sensitivities come from right there. That's where they stem from. Your insecurities, that's where they stem from. Men. And when people say there's not really a way to heal that, I don't think so. I don't think so. Not at all. There is definitely a way. Just like there was a way for me to deal with my problems with women, I went to therapy. And essentially relearn everything there was to know about, you know, how I felt about my situation. And relearn to look at it from a new perspective. Instead of looking at it as the same dumb nigga I was. Dumb and toxic. I became obsessed with flaws within myself. And as a repercussion, that's what I put out to women. Is their flaws. Right in the face. As if they didn't already know this. So, as a repercussion of that controlling issue that I had, my control issues, you know, I ended up going to therapy eventually after addiction, whatever. And then I ended up talking about that and learning about it from a whole new perspective. Like, yes, there's plenty of things that I can change about myself and see about myself, but having someone else call it out for me is, to me, very important. That's kind of why I do this too, is because I learn through other people's experience what I need to work on too, because I'll get little pointers. Of course, I don't always talk about me needing to do it because it's personal, but it is something that, I don't stop thinking about, and I do work on it. Being able to walk through trauma as an adult is very different than walking through it as a child or as a teenager. Because as a teenager, that's when you're lashing out the most hormonally and wanting to, hurt other people and hurt yourself because your emotions and your body is uncontrollable. It feels like you have no control and you hate yourself for having no control. And then you hate yourself for not being able to control something that is like a normal physical response. And then you hate other people for also mirroring that same energy. And then you hate other people for being, a man or a woman. At the end of the day, that hatred turns to more like a self-loathing because you're like, why do I feel this way? And you keep asking yourself until it just becomes painful. And then that becomes another trauma trigger. It's like, oh yeah, well, I hate myself because I can't love a man or I can't love a woman or, everything I do, for some reason I keep getting into horrible relationships. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Or why is it my emotions, I can never truly control them? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Only way you're going to learn it is by going all the way back from the moment that you remember and dealing with that very slowly, viewing it as an adult, seeing the little perspectives and be like, okay, that's what that was. Because clarity comes from your mouth, your memories, your intuition. A lot of it is shown to us in dreams, which is kind of like a cop-out moment where it's like, all right, isn't that weird, that little reflection? Wait, what? It's not doing the reflection anymore. You don't see it anymore, right, y'all? What the fuck? I don't see no reflection no more. Okay, well, it is what it is. It's so weird how people can shut that shit down so easily and forget. But then in our dreams, it's vivid. And so we'll have night terrors. At that point, I don't even call it nightmares. I just call it dreams I can't control. And I don't feel as scared anymore when I say that because it's just something that my mind is obviously reacting to something in my personal space, like as in today and now. Still reacting to something that I feared as a kid or when I started fearing it, that I need to deal with and go through. And I haven't had a lot of bad dreams since. I have dreams of like other people trying to spiritually attack me, but that is what it is. When you're doing this, you're going to get spiritually attacked. It's guaranteed to you, basically. It's a part of the job. What incense is that? It's patchouli. It's an Italian incense. My favorite. Patchouli. Yeah, they just played the Don. We sacrifice an awful lot to be scared. What the fuck? Oh, there's a huge ass cricket on the... Nigga, what you doing? Get outside. There's not enough room in here for the... Ew, don't come towards me, nigga. I'm not trying to kill you or anything, but you need to get the fuck away from me. Why would you drink? So I guess I got it dirty now. It's something look and I like chilling with it dirty self. I don't think so. Overall, you are what you eat. You are who you are surrounded by. Um, who you allow into your life, whether they trigger you or not. Usually, we equate to people who have similar outlooks, regardless of who we look for, who is unique. So, even if there is someone's energy over yours, even if you are mirroring somebody, it's because you're the same way. But it might be looking from a different direction, if that makes sense, because there's so many directions that you can look through. Um, but yeah, usually you're mirroring that same person that you're around. Even if it's like a 24/7 thing type shit or a family member or whatever it is, like you are who you eat energetically. You don't want to be around someone who's lower and dirtier than you. You just don't. Makes you feel like shit. We're attracted to the same vibration, unfortunately. And sometimes we can be attracted to people who are a little less than kosher and abrasive. But I don't, no, truly, I just, no, this is just your energy. That's all I read for. I didn't read for anybody else's. Usually a whole family and everything like that has a whole entire generational curse on them. And it's the same shit happening over and over and over again. And they don't even fucking realize that shit. And then with romantic things, that's what you look to or for within a romantic partner as well. You don't even realize you're doing it. It's almost subconscious, but not really, because you can control it. It's just that you don't know how. So it is the way it is. But at the end of the day, no, I don't sense anything else over yours. I mean, if anything, I'm gonna give you credit. You have some good control over your own energy and where it's heading. It's just, the ability to take my words, whether you take them or not. That's kind of it. After this, I feel like it's gonna be like you're retaining the information and you're like, oops, I've gone. So most people are, until they come crawling back. They're like, oh my god, so bad, so horrible. No. But where's Kia, Mr. Crazy at? I don't know. Kia was one of my favorites too. Kia comes back occasionally. She comes back like every blue moon and shit. I miss Kia. Kia's sweet as fuck. She crazy and shit. I love that. Reminds me of family and shit. Me and her, like I said, I think she a Taurus, so we got along super well. She had all that, wild fucking energy, bro. I love that shit. Hey, Rodriguez. I hope she okay. I think that woman, shit. I hope the people that was dealing with her are okay. Very strong. Shit, man. People also outgrow the channel. I feel that. True, because she was ready and ripe to cut a motherfucker. Oh, she'll be. I have a feeling she'll be back though. She just got that energy. Revisit. A lot of people just get mad too that I don't say what they want to hear. I'm just going to say the truth. And people get mad at constant negativity, but when they bring it, that's what it is. Expectations versus reality, that's like the picture type shit. But at 45, I'm hot. I'm a hop off. They should be happy you're truthful. See, the problem lies in I'm truthful, but not all other tarot readers are necessarily truthful. We can say all day that other tarot readers pick up on other shit, but if someone's dealing with a primary problem, and that's usually what I pick up on, is the primary issue and what is stopping someone's growth. Y'all see that cricket back there, right? That nigga he's huge as fuck. But you know, not everyone else is going to focus on that problem, and not everyone else is going to be truthful because they want somebody to come back. For me, even if someone never comes back, I hope they learn something from me. That's just it. Like, I don't care if I see them back or not. Truthfully, I don't care. You know, it is what it is. As long as I can drop a little wisdom, maybe they will remember it, maybe they won't, but it is what it is. The loyal followers and shit are going to sit here and ride until the sun go down, and then come back up and then go back down. And I follow some tarot readers myself on here, who I definitely, you know, I fuck with and trust. But even that, then it's like you can't trust everybody. I just like I go through like fall cleaning, spring cleaning, all that type of shit when it comes to my who I follow on YouTube. I like history more than I like actually watching tarot readings. So I just like watching spiritual and religious history. For me, that's more interesting and like my style of things. But I watch Phoenix Marvelous. I like her. She crazy as fuck. It's that Pisces in her. Miss DJ, but I'm kind of falling off of Miss DJ, not because of anything she's done, just because I think too many people from this channel are watching her, and so it's starting to get washed up. And that's not y'all's fault. That's just, it is what it is. Energy taking over type shit. I like Angel Ascension, I think is her name. Angel Ascension Tarot. I like Queen of Pentacles Tarot 333. I love her personality. Her personality is wild. She's very Taurus, like very, very Taurus. I think most of the people I follow are Earth sign or got mad Earth. Who else? I don't know if I follow another one. I know there's some chick that I wanted to unfollow, and I thought about it, and I was like, maybe she'll, you know, I think she's my age or a little bit, actually 19. So I was like, maybe she'll go, you know. A lot of these larger readers were like low key in the background stall. And I don't care. I just think it's funny sometimes. Where I'm like, okay, what y'all need me for? Readers that I miss is definitely Arashi. I miss Arashi, but she need to do what she got to do. At the end of the day, take care of yourself first. They said 1, 5, 2, 5, red 5, blue 5. It's the return method. I like learning about the Egyptians and Norse pagans and voodoo. All religions, really, except for Christianity, because that's been washed over everything. You're reminding me, Brother Angel, that I need to, start working on that site again. Yo, that shit is so tedious. Holy fuck. When I'm making my own shit, I want to be all fucking perfectionist and shit. But by October, that shit'll be out. Promise. That's like fucking Pinky Square type shit. I promise that shit gonna be out. Because I wanted to do fall theme in the first place. Fall is the best time for like photos and shit like that. So I figured. See, now they talk about Egyptians. Talking about Egyptian. Good day. Okay, that's good. I'll give a couple of cards for the day, and then I'm gonna get off because we trickling. Little piss. After drinking so much, 3 cups of coffee. Holy fuck. Alright, let me draw a couple cards for the day. They said God don't like ugly and fuck a bad bitch and another gift. All right. The magician is very, very powerful, especially against small time energies type shit. Magician, yo, if y'all are in magician energy, so you very, very standoffish today. Your energy is, at least, it's ready to fight. Okay, ancestors ready to fight. Everybody around you ready to fight. Three of Pentacles in reverse. I mean, at the end of the day, some people are literally they're just looking to instigate anything with you. Okay, looking for attention. That's what I'm gonna say. Looking for attention. And so whether that comes off as them attacking you or attacking someone you love or whatever it is, they're just looking for a fight. You know, it is what it is. They're looking for some sort of a dick fight. You know, strength in the upright. That shows me, like I say, you have plenty of energy to tell these people to fuck off. And I heard you're not even going to bat an eyelash. It's like you're not even going to look their way or look their direction, or you're not going to respond the way that they want you to. Yeah, you're just not willing to respond the way that they want you to, and so that's triggering to them, especially if it's masculine here. Barely a masculine, I would say. They said something about being able to find your Ace of Pentacles, so being able to find your money finally. Possibly you get paid after like this whole week of having to suffer through and shit, judgment and upright. Yeah, you get paid. Okay, you get paid so that you can pay your bills finally, so that you could buy something new. Also heard something about new articles of clothing or new something, like brand fucking new. Like I can smell this new something smell, like new car smell or new clothing smell, sulfur smell. King of Pentacles as well, so that's money, love. I don't know what y'all be doing, but you getting some money, love. And that's okay. 10 of Swords. So there's sneaky ass fucking people in the background, obviously. Like they're waiting for you to trip up, slip up. They're waiting for you to answer the call or answer the text or something like that, to get you to stop working. Like, this person likes to distract you from your work, because that kind of shows the power that they have over you. They have like a lot of control issues, and when they see you like stop working to answer them in text and whatever, they get off on it. They love that shit. It's like, ooh, you really, you like me that much type shit. And like, you know, that's that ego type shit, egotistical type bullshit. It's like, ooh, you like me that much that you're gonna stop working for me? They talking about something about going flat. Tires going flat, balloon going flat, something going flat though. I feel like, you know, even soda going flat, or they're more particularly talking about your mind going flat. And it's because you're exhausted, obviously. You need to get some fucking rest, obviously. Go to bed. Or get your little nap in, your 15 minutes or whatever. Like, y'all might find that today is very, very hard to overexert yourself like usual. Like, to work past work time, if that makes sense. Like, it's very hard to force yourself into a work type scenario. And they're saying, like, at the end of the day, you need sleep. Like, you're a human too. And Virgo really forces the I heard geographical influx, but I also heard it really forces the, what is it called, gravity onto people. Okay, Virgo season really forces gravity down people's necks, especially with all the weather and shit that happens. They're forcing you to lay down. They say, we're not going to let you go to work. Nope. Lay down. Get down. Lay down. They said something about sleeping in. Like, you have the ability to sleep in, so sleep in. And stop complaining. Don't you shut your mouth. Stop complaining. There's something about eating right, too. They said that you trying to eat right. Maybe try different meats, like fish. Maybe try some fish. If you really want to get wild with this shit, try some fish, some rice, some corn, whatever else you want to put up in there. I love hot sauce and everything, I'll be honest with you. Temperance in reverse. Okay, so a little bit emotionally imbalanced, but it is what it is. Seven of Pentacles shows me that you will become balanced by the end of this week. It just takes a little kick in the ass. So I would say Wednesday or Thursday, there's something to do with some kind of triggers or trauma. Some kind of triggers or trauma. Yeah, they said it's with a masculine, or it's possibly going to a courtroom. It might be literal legal issues, and it could also just be like internal issues resurfacing. Childhood memories replaying in your head or replaying in front of your eyes. It's going to be triggering, okay? But at the same time, it's meant to be. They're talking about Lucifer right now, Luciferian, Libra. Talk about Luciferian. Remember, Lucifer means morning star. So they could be talking about morning right now, or the North Star or something like that. They're talking about the world. Okay, so they're talking about how people can't really see your future. They just assume that your future is dull, or they assume that you're not a bright person. They assume that you're kind of stupid. And that's kind of wild, though, right? Like, that's a wild assumption to make based on not even knowing anything about you at all. They assume you, because you're quiet, maybe even, they might assume you to be a little bit more stupid than you actually are. Or they assume you're stupid enough that they can manipulate your emotions, which I don't see working. I really don't see that. The fool, yeah, I really don't see that. You might think someone is stupider than they actually are too. If it's not this person, it's like you might think that because this person is quieter, that they are stupid, okay, or they're fake or false or something of that nature. But they might be a lot more complicated than what you actually think. Why? Because I'm not stupid. Too funny. You're just shy, man. You're just shy. Ace of Wands. Okay, yeah, Ace of Wands. I mean, Ace of Wands in reverse. So really, they do genuinely believe that they can dominate you. I mean, that's genuine. They genuinely believe that they're gonna win. They're like, well, you know, you can protect yourself. You're sitting here with an evil eye type shit on them, and they're like, well, I can. I mean, I could protect. No, no. Whatever intentions they have are going to be exposed instantly, because the evil eye, whatever they're trying to do or whatever, is not going to save them from the truth at the end of the day. Queen of Pentacles in the upright, yeah, it's not going to save them. It's not going to save them from the truth, okay? It's just not. It's not. I also heard something about a mother's love is stronger than a father's pride. Something about that. A mother's love is a lot stronger than a father's pride or ego. So there's that specific message. The Lovers in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Huh. Yeah, someone's gonna reject somebody, or someone's not together with somebody yet. There's something about a complicated relation, or okay. I just heard. Okay. So some of y'all are dealing with someone who's already in a relationship, and others of you are dealing with someone who's lying about who they're talking to, and saying that they're in a relationship. Okay, so someone is in a relationship, and then somebody is lying about that they're talking to somebody or whatever. Like, there's something to do with lying in order to please or like make someone jealous. To make someone unhappy, essentially, to make someone mad, angry, pressed. They want you to react like this. Knight of Pentacles. They want you to react like a bitch. Or Knight of Swords. My bad. They want you to act like a bitch. They want you to be real mean. They want you to attack somebody. It's not working though. They're wondering why it's not working. Yeah, the Emperor in reverse, because you're not this weak. Because you don't let anger cloud your vision when it comes to anybody else. You know, that might be overprotective in a way, but in this situation, it does fare quite well. So it's not that bad of a dynamic. It's just the fact that, like, there's some people you can trust and some people you can't trust, and you know that at the end of the day. They said the person might be a Pisces. Pisces, Aries cusp. Pisces, Aquarius cusp. Capricorn, Aquarius cusp. They're also talking about, what is this? By next week, there's going to be something to do with a final say, where you get, like, finally get your foot in the door with something. Could be with work. Maybe you finally get something that you've been wanting for a very long time, or you finally get your foot in the door when it comes to an ex, vice versa. They might be approaching you, or it could be finally getting your emotions out in the open to someone new. But and last message. Let's see, what's the last message? Because they keep talking about intruders into your energy. Death in reverse. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think these people are too weak to be harmful to you. It's kind of like when a fly flies around your head. You know it's annoying, right? But you, at the same time, you know the bitch can't really hurt you, can't really do anything. Like, flies can bite, like horse flies can. But at the end of the day, some little tiny ass housefly ain't really gonna do nothing, you know? And I feel like it's that type of energy where it's like, the reason why you don't really feel it happening necessarily is because nothing's happening. It's because they're weak. You know, at the end of the day, that's just it, right? I'm just being honest. Don't shoot the messenger. But they're just a weak bitch. They don't have the power to control someone like you who's already so controlling towards themselves. They just don't, you know. I even heard that there has to be like a certain color of bed sheets on the bed or something. Like, there needs to be a certain color or something. Or like, you like a certain color. I mean, like super, super dark, man, super, super light, man, whatever it is. But You like something. Yup. Yeah, you do. You like something specific. You dirty, dirty, dirty girl. They can want me all the while. It ain't gonna happen. I don't care enough to get pissed. See? That little confidence up in there. The Fool reverse. Yup, they're still going after. I mean, they want a full-on relationship, bro. It's just embarrassing at this point. I mean, they want a relationship, but they're this weak. Like, they're just you know, in reality, they're projecting what they feel out to you. So that means they're jealous over something that you've been doing or that you are doing now. They also said that they're going broke, or there's something going on with their finances or money, where they're just like, they might not even be working. Yeah, they might not even be working at this point. They lost a job or something. Yup. They're trying to get revenge, jealousy, envy. I heard lost me. I think you lost me. The bossy bitch. That's what I heard. Alright, y'all. I'll get one more song for y'all. Hold up. Triumph by XXXTentacion is playing. Sad song, but hey. See, anything else? Come on. Before I go piss, y'all. Anything else? Play With You by Dreezy would be a good one for Motor Culture and Mother Angel. Play With You by Dreezy. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna hop off. I really gotta piss. Thank y'all for donations, and I will see y'all later. Goodbye.